Hey, what's good, fam? It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama on Friday evening. You're looking at the quarterbacks during Alabama's fourth practice of the spring season, hearing great things about both quarterbacks, but specifically Bryce Young, hearing that he's shown some good early flashes of what could be expected from him during that second season. Right there, that was also number 21, Jace McClellan. We hear he's been working right behind Brian Robinson. That's an interesting nugget to keep track of going forward. Paul Tyson has been doing his thing as well as the number 2 quarterback. Great footage right here of Brian Robinson. My goodness, Brian Robinson looks diesel, to be honest. Nick Saban talked about the offensive line and said that, look, they're not looking for necessarily starters right now. It's kind of an improvement phase, and that's not surprising to hear considering it is springtime. Number 95 right there, that is Monkel Goodwine, early enrollee. Nick Saban looking on at his team. And I'm telling you, Brian Robinson is the man in the running back room. I cannot believe that he's coming back. We're going to talk about that plenty. He is primed for a gigantic season. Great footage right here of the Alabama secondary. I dropped some nuggets on BamaInsider.com talking about the Alabama secondary. I hear that DeMarco Hellams is looking really good along with Jordan Battle. We had a chance to hear from Jordan Battle earlier today. Also talked about the offensive line and who's rotating with the first and second team. Again, it is super early. Here are the Alabama's secondary. Number 1 right there, that is JaQuincy McKinstry, our first look as Nick Saban looks at his team during the springtime. We're going to run to our photo galleries, and then we're going to play this video again with the sights and sounds. Here you go with the photos. Now we get to our photo gallery section of the video. Great shot right here of Bryce Young. As you can see to the right, that is Bill O'Brien, Alabama's offensive coordinator. And from the intel that we gather early on from Alabama's 4 practices, Bryce Young is quarterback number 1. Here he is working with Alabama's first team center. That is Chris Owens. We've heard very positive things from Bryce Young, that he's made a couple big plays downfield, really showing that he's progressing and that he can lead this team. It's very early, and we're also hearing some great things about Paul Tyson. We've said it many times. There's nothing wrong with having 1, 2, 3 very good quarterbacks on the team. Paul Tyson, a guy that we've talked about many times, is going to get opportunities. He's working with the second team right now, and he's also showing some really good signs. And from the intel that we gather on him, he's right where he needs to be, and he's right there in terms of, the terminology and understanding what Bill O'Brien wants from this Alabama offense. As you can see right here to the far right, you also got Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe, from what we hear, built more like a defensive player, so can't wait to see how he progresses. Hearing great things about him as well, considering he's an early enrollee. With the Alabama wide receivers, there's tons of competition right now. That's a great thing because the competition makes every single player better. Right here, this is important to note. The wide receiver in this photo is Xavier Williams, a guy that is working for opportunities. And then number 5, Jalen Armour Davis. We hear that he is working with Alabama's first team defense through the first 4 practices of spring ball. Great shot right here. Javon Baker, another guy entering his second year, trying to get more reps, trying to prove that he can be that guy to step up following some fantastic Alabama wide receivers that are heading to the NFL. Right now, I think the favorite at the slot position is probably going to be Slade Bolden. Alabama really likes what Slade Bolden brings to the table. As we've talked about plenty, you got Christian Leary, JoJo Earl. Those guys are going to push him at that slot position. Tons of competition. Theo Jones-Bell, another guy who's certainly doing very well for this springtime. And as Nick Saban continues to say, this period is about improvement. I don't think he's necessarily looking for starters right now. I think he's looking for improvement. Great shot right here, number 4. That is Chris Allen, one of Alabama's top edge rushers, along with William Anderson. Number 92, Justin Ebogbe. He had a monster season last year. I think him coming back with Alabama's defensive line, my goodness, Justin Ebogbe, name to know. This is Charles Kelly right here working with the Alabama safeties. And then you have a great shot right here of Alabama's offensive line.